And welcome to 302 Sports. It is our spring debut. Nick Alessandrini alongside Nick Hall for the first time. We're bringing Nick Hall down in the booth for this one, the lacrosse guru. He'll be with us today. And we are live from Tower Hill for our first game of the season. It's the Tower Hill season opener, second game of the season for Delaware Military Academy. And they meet up here, Nick, and they met twice last year.
Yeah, they met twice last year, once in the regular season. And that was a 13-9 win by the Hillers. And then later in the year, they met in the playoffs, and that was a one-goal game with DMA coming out on top 15-14.
A one-goal game in the playoffs, and now straight in 2018, they kick off the season facing each other. So we're in store for a good one. Both teams ranked in the 302 Sports top 10. Tower Hill coming in at number 10, DMA number 7. And now just moments away from getting this one underway, and we are. DMA will control it. And here we go, Nick. So DMA coming off a loss on Tuesday where they went up against Archmere, and we have a whistle here early.
Be a failure to advance. They did not touch the ball in within the 30-second time frame.
So that'll turn the ball over to Tower Hill. They're going to get it and go. A little check in midfield. And another whistle.
That'll be a push from behind. It'll be staying with Tower Hill.
And here we go, back underway. It's Tower Hill now. Trying to work it into the offensive zone. Now we'll get a look at the squad for Tower Hill, some of the starters. Sylvester Shorn, Will Caroon, Denny Grande, and Matt Grande. It's a set of brothers we talked about before the broadcast, Nick. Both teams coming out here with a set of siblings.
Oh, yeah. Love the family atmosphere the game brings.
Now we have a loose ball right in front of the DMA goal. And it's going to be corralled by the goalie.
And that was a great play by that long stick right there. I want to say that was number 8. That would have been Devin Crass, the LSM for DMA. Really good play, turning it back to the goalkeeper, letting him control the ball, get it up to the midfielders, get it across the midline.
And now it's DMA. They've worked it into their offensive zone themselves. As we're looking back at something out over into the hands of Gavin Lewis. Now it's Ruggiero. Going to try the shot, no good. Now corralled back by Noah Taub. And something interesting about Noah, Nick.
Yeah, Noah was one of my players at HB when I coached HB Middle School. And then a couple years ago, I want to say he was with me for a year at AI as well before he transferred to DMA.
It's interesting now to see him out here playing for Delaware Military Academy. Now it's Okanewski.
Tower Hill, number 17.
Over to Brendan Hickey. Now they got it behind the goal. Tower Hill going to be patient here. Kick back out. And now it's Okanewski again. He's going to make a move. Tries to kick it out back behind the goal to Brendan Hickey, but it'll sail out of play. And now ball in the hands of DMA. It's like we talked about, Nick, shaking off the rust. The first game of the season for Tower Hill. DMA got one in on Tuesday. They're a little more already going into their season, got one under their belt. We'll see if Tower Hill can kind of shake that rust off, being that their first game.
Oh, yeah, starting out a little slow. First game's always a little tough to get going. You've been practicing, especially with the weather we've been having lately. I'm sure they haven't had a lot of time on the field. Probably a lot of film and gym study going on. So it's a little bit shaking the rust off. Got to get the fundamentals down. The first couple games of the season are big for that.
Now DMA trying to control it And another whistle. And we have a timeout on the field.
Looks like a Tower Hill timeout.
And we'll stay right here for the timeout. 0-0, 8:33 left to play in the first quarter. Between two top 10 teams here meeting this early in the spring lacrosse season. Again, thanks for joining us on 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Nick Hall, Jason Winchell producing for us today. And Nick, how's it feel? Your debut on the mic. Now we're into your sport. We've been talking about it now for months. It's when's lacrosse, and here we are into lacrosse season.
Here it is. I'm not even going to lie to you about it. I'm a little bit nervous. Don't want to mess up. Want to make sure that we look good and provide a quality program for our fans here.
Yep, and again, thanks for tuning in. Some other big events going on around the country tonight as well. If you're local around here, the Villanova Wildcats will be playing in San Antonio, Texas tonight as they will meet the Kansas Jayhawks in the Final Four. Loyola Chicago, Michigan getting underway right now. I believe it's halftime over there, and we're set to get back underway here live from Tower Hill. DMA will control it out of the timeout. It's Marcus Cook out top for the Seahawks. He'll loft it over to Lewis. And now they'll work it behind the goal, trying to set something here up offensively as they're going to work it around. Now it's Noah Taub. Just trying to create some space here, get something open here, Nick.
Yeah, you want to get the defense really moving their feet. The more they move, the more confusing it gets, and it'll open up some looks for a good shot.
It looked like Taub had a good look there, couldn't handle the pass, and now Tower Hill going to get it and go. That's number 5, Brendan Hickey, going to carry it into their offensive zone, hand it now over behind goal to number 38, Josh Patel. And now Tower Hill looking to go on the offensive here after a great defensive play in the DMA zone, in their own zone.
Good check there.
Great defensive play by Marcus Cook coming up with the ball now. And we have a loose ball to be taken back by Tower Hill.
DMA playing a pretty solid man-to-man defense right now. If they can keep that up, it doesn't seem like Tower Hill has figured it out yet. But they're moving the ball well, so we'll see.
So it's Hattersley now back over to Hickey. Hickey behind the goal, one more pass. Colin Hodson, ball on the ground now. Loose ball. It's going to be corralled by Ukanuski. Throws it up top. Unable to handle it was Karoon.
And DMA really got away with one right there. That first-time ground ball, that missed opportunity on that first-time ground ball could have turned into something really nice for Tower Hill. Luckily that they were, DMA was able to pick the slack up.
Hickey goes around the screen and finishes up top above the goalie and gets it in for the first goal of the Tower Hill season. And they're up 1-0 on DMA here with 6:14 remaining in the first quarter.
That was a great play. He just beat his man. He knew the deep hole was going to come over the top, try to get that takeaway check, and he pulled that stick away at the last second and just right over the top of the goalie stick. Real pretty goal to start the season.
Great move on the inside, able to position himself for a great shot and slung it right past the goalie. And that puts the Hillers up 1 here in their season opener. So we're back at midfield.
You can see it, Nick, that ground balls are going to be a big part of today's game. They control the pace of the game. Whoever has the most ground balls is usually getting the most possession time. Possession time turns into goals.
Great play there by Max Ruggiero to come up with the ball off that face-off. And now DMA with control, looking to even this one up. 6 minutes of play in the first quarter. Tower Hill and DMA live here on 302 Sports.
In for DMA, number 10, Wyatt Martin.
Wyatt Martin checking in for DMA, the junior. And a nice run here. Number 22, that shot tried to go off the ground, no good for Daniel Bartel. was able to get himself inside, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Great cut. Tower Hill didn't pick him up coming across the middle. If you got the lane, one move and go, put that bounce shot right at the goalie's feet. That's almost a 100% play. Got to finish.
DMA still with the ball, though, here. It's going to be Cook around. He's going to try the long shot and slings it past the goalie for a goal for DMA. And we're all knotted up at 1 here, Nick.
There we go.
Where's number 11? 10. Sorry, number 10?
Yeah, I believe that's who it was.
I thought it was...
DMA goal by number 10, Wyatt Martin. I'm pretty sure that was on the system.
So that goal by number 10, Wyatt Martin for DMA. And we're all tied up 1, so Tower Hill gets on the board first, and almost right away, Nick, DMA able to answer.
Oh, yeah, that's a big-time goal for them. They don't want to let Tower Hill run away, start setting the pace of this game. They want to keep them playing at their pace, doing what they want to do, imposing their will. So that was a good goal to tie the game.
And DMA coming off a very tough game against a very good Archmere team on Tuesday. That one kind of got away from a 15-5 finish in favor of Archmere. But here they are again with another tough game against another top 10 team in Tower Hill.
Number 18, Noah Tall.
So not getting any easier for DMA, and Tower Hill also going up against a good number 7 ranked DMA team. So we'll be able to see how DMA is able to respond after that tough loss to Archmere. So 4:52 to play here in the first quarter. That shot no good by Karoon. Tower Hill will still control here now. They'll get it going.
Oh, miscommunication by the defense there.
They'll get away with it as the ball sailed through the middle. No one able to come up with it. Tower Hill will eventually gather it. And there's Karoon unable to handle it. The ball will now roll to the sideline, picked up by DMA. Tries to loft it ahead. Okanuski's going to run it down. And he'll try to get it quickly up ahead. He does. So after all that, Tower Hill will control. As they're going to work it around the zone now. It's Hickey. Behind goal to Patel. Now it's Karoon looking to make a move. Stumbles, tries to get rid of it, loses the ball. Hickey almost came up with it, and now we have a loose ball here. A fight for the ball. It's on the ground. And Hickey will get out with it. He'll fire it over to Karoon. Looking to make a move. Can't get it to go, and now we have a flag.
Looks like a slash on 22 from DMA.
25, Matt Grande.
So 25, Matt Grande.
And in for Tower Hill, number 20, Will Toga.
So 3:32 to play in the first after the penalty. Now it's Karoon. Tower Hill now working it around, looking to get an angle. Karoon up top. He's going to sling one, and he gets
shot.
it to go. What a shot by Karoon. And he gives the Hillers the lead back 2-1.
Tower Hill goal by number 22, Will Karoon.
Looked like there was a little miscommunication from the defense there. There was supposed to be a slide. When you play that box and one, you're rotating in your square, and it didn't look like somebody came to pick him up.
Great call there, Nick. It leads to the Karoon goal. And now we're exchanging goals here. Tower Hill going back up 2-1, 3:17 still to play in the first quarter. So after the penalty, Tower Hill gets a goal.
They're playing with a little bit of speed right now. I don't think that DMA was ready for them to come out that fast on that possession. So they need to be able to match Tower Hill's speed. They can't just body these guys all day long. They're going to have to run with them, keep their sticks in front if they want to stay competitive in this game, Nick.
So now back up top for the face-off here. And this one going to be won by Tower Hill, and they're going to get it and go right away. And now they'll get set up again with a chance score another goal here in the first quarter. They're up 2-1 now, under 3 minutes to play. They'll work it around. It's Hattersley now. He'll make a move, gets inside, tries the pass, no good. And corralled by the goalie, and now we got some hitting going on behind the goal. He's trying to make his way out. And he does, clears his way, trying to get it ahead, and scooped up. It's Grande. He's going to go. The goalie getting back in position for DMA. And now Hodson to control it at the 20 for Tower Hill.
Always dangerous as a goalie bringing out the ball.
Yeah, you heard the crowd near us all kind of hold their breath when he did so. 2:16 to play now in the first quarter. 2-1 lead for the Hillers. And they're looking to make it a 2-goal lead. Hatters, that ball almost picked off. Now it's Caroon. Caroon tries the shot, no good. Stay with Tower Hill. Hickey will get it out of bounds. 2-1, 2:01 to play. So far, we've seen a lot of offense here, ball mostly here in favor of Tower Hill. As good defense there from DMA.
So far, we haven't even seen a goal in transition play yet. All the goals have come off of settled offensive plays.
So now it's DMA finally with a chance of their own here. We haven't seen them really with a quality possession in a while, and now we might have to wait some longer as Tower Hill gets the steal. And now we have a ball loose now.
The Hillers are playing a really good aggressive ride right now. They're arriving on hands. These DMA long poles don't even have a chance to, hold on to the ball for longer than a second before they got a stick in their face. That really unsettles you as a deep pole because you're not used to getting smacked around. You're used to doing the smacking.
And now it's Gilbert for the Seahawks. And now it's Marcus Cook. He scored the first goal for DMA. Or excuse me, that was number 10, Wyatt Martin. So now it's Cook looking for an opening. Makes a move inside, tries the shot, deflected. And looks like a good save there by Richie Pierce.
DMA retains possession of the ball. It was a good possession shot.
And that shot is good. What an angle as he able to thread the needle there. Looks like it's number 11, or no, number 18. Noah Taub. There's your boy, Nick Hall. We talked about him earlier. And there he is, scoring a goal. Noah Taub for DMA, and now we're all knotted up at 2.
It's a scene that I rarely saw when he was one of my players. He used to be a really good defensive midi for me. I'm glad to see he's developed his game a little bit more into playing a bigger role of offense on this DMA squad.
And there you go. See him there, the goal for him. And I believe that's his first goal of the year.
That would be his first goal of the year.
So congrats to Taub on his first goal of the season. And that leaves us tied at 2. 30 seconds now to play in the first quarter.
Tower Hill's dominating at the face-off X right now, Nick. That's really why they're controlling the pace of this game. They're playing fast, they're winning the face-offs, and they're taking the ball deep into the zone into X. Settle it down, and they're running their offense, and DMA has not had an answer for it yet.
That pass off target winds up in the hand of DMA's Marcus Cook. And now we might see some transition here like you mentioned earlier here, Nick. Cook will pull it back. Try to get it back out top to Taub, who can't reel it in. And now he'll try the long pass.
And that would be the end of the first quarter.
And that will do it. 0-0-0 and 2-2 after 1. And what we knew would be a great matchup. 2 top 10 teams, 2 teams that met twice last year, including one in the playoffs, which was a 1-goal game. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with second quarter action live from Tower Hill.
No matter where you are in life, At every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
As a military wife, I love helping our airmen and their families with financial tools to help provide financial stability.
I promise to make a positive difference in your financial life, from helping you to lower your payments to discovering ways to help you save for your children's future.
From the needs of college students and first-time auto buyers, I promise to identify and take ownership of your needs.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
As a military
And
wife,
we're back here live from Tower Hill on 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Nick Hall, and Jason Winchell up in the booth for our spring debut and our lacrosse debut as well, Nick. And we had a great first quarter between two top 10 teams, DMA and Tower Hill, and after one, all tied up at 2.
Yeah, so far it's been a pretty good game. Not so much back and forth. And actually, Nick, it looks like we're going to have an illegal stick penalty here. It looks like it's going to be on Tower Hill. So they just came out with new rules this year about the specifications of the head of the stick. You know, it can only be so pinched, the pocket can only be so deep, certain things like that. So if it doesn't meet the specs and the ref checks your stick, you're going to get a what's called a non-releasable penalty. So it doesn't matter if DMA scores 1 goal or 6 goals, that penalty is locked in for the full time.
Tower Hill penalty.
So 2-minute penalty there.
Stick. Locked.
So DMA now will control it here to start the second quarter. 2-2 game. Nicky talked about it earlier. These two teams met in the playoffs last year, and it was a 15-14 final. It doesn't get much better than that. A lot of people on staff remember that game. And now DMA trying to take the lead in this one, as they'll work it around.
And they got plenty of time here to do what they want to do. There's no need to rush a bad shot or a bad pass. Luckily, they're going to retain possession of that, though.
They try to get it over to Whitaker. He couldn't handle it. They will get the ball back. Good pass up top now.
There's a penalty there.
And now we have a penalty as Max Ruggiero taking the hit.
That'll be a blow to the head penalty. Another 2-minute penalty.
Tower Hill penalty. 2 minutes /
So putting Tower Hill in a tough spot here. They're now 2 men down as we just begin the second quarter. DMA now looking to take the lead. Tied up at 2. Cook will start with it.
Something you don't see here every day is the long pole playing offense.
Great deflection there as Cook's shot is no good. He'll corral it back. And DMA looking to reset.
That was a good look there. Great job by that Tower Hill defender to arrive on hands.
DMA, here's the shot, another one. And that's going to be a great save by the goalie, Richie Pierce. He's a sophomore. But DMA gets the ball right back, and now they're going to look to score, go on the offensive. And we have a whistle. And it looks like Thomas Whitaker might have been near that goal.
Looks like he probably stepped in the crease there, so that would be a change of possession.
And now whistles coming from all over. As the lights clicking on here at Tower Hill. We're about to be under the lights on a beautiful day. Getting more chilly as we get later in the evening, but still a great day for lacrosse as we have a collision at midfield. Karoon going to get the ball, and then another collision inside. As Okanuski went down as well. So some flags coming in from all over. We'll look to get the input here. And you could tell these guys have been waiting some time to play some lacrosse, Nick, huh?
Oh, definitely, especially when you know that your first game of the year is against a team you lost to in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming out looking to stick it to them.
And it's been a very competitive game so far. All tied up at 2, 10-15 to play in the second quarter. Two very good teams as well.
So we
both teams in the top 10.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, absolutely not.
We just got the call from the ref there. The first of the two penalties was an illegal body check to the head, which is a 2-minute locked-in penalty. And then the other one was another illegal body check, and that's going to be a 1-minute releasable penalty. So releasable.
Both on Tower Hill?
Both on DMA.
DMA. That's right. So Tower Hill with 2 penalties earlier. DMA now coming up with 2 penalties of their own. So some flags flying here to start the second quarter.
1 minute and 2 minutes.
I'm now just waiting to get action back underway. Again, thanks for joining us on 302 Sports on your Saturday night.
It should be 4-on-4.
And we should be looking at a 4-on-4 once this all gets sorted out here.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of defense DMA runs here. They have the ability to go man-to-man, being that it's 4-on-4. And we got a timeout by Tower Hill.
So we'll have a timeout. We'll
Tower Hill.
stick around as we're just 2 minutes into the second quarter, Nick. We've had a ton of stops to begin, some penalties going back and forth. Started out with 2 penalties on Tower Hill. DMA then resulted in 2 penalties of their own a little bit later. And now we're looking at a 4-on-4 coming out of the break.
Correct. You know, it's always great seeing the first game of the year. I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get your legs back under you, get the feel for the team you're playing, get the feel for the field. You haven't, unless you're playing indoor club ball or something like that, you probably haven't had your stick in your hand since the last game last year. So March 1st of this year was the first day you had it. You got to get back into that rhythm, get back into that lacrosse groove, and we're seeing some really fundamental things that both teams are struggling with: catching and throwing, passing, clearing the ball, all these things put together, and that's probably why we see a 2-2 game right now, whereas if this was later in the year, we might see that 15-14 type of contest happen.
And don't speak too soon, Nick. We have a lot of time left.
We
They
have a
could
lot of time
explode
left.
here. Like we said, both these teams coming in the 302 Sports top 10 to start the season. So a high-quality matchup also for our debut. Wrapping up basketball. Special thanks to Conrad and St. E's for joining us on the show this past week as they both were crowned state champions in basketball.
Neither one of them brought the trophy with them.
I was shocked. I was surprised about that, yeah. But, Coach Glacier did say that somebody did have responsibility to bring the trophy. It just didn't end up that way. I'm not going to throw her under the bus. She had a great season and they're state champions, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. They don't need the trophy. They're already state champions. When you scored the game-winning basket, you're off the hook.
It would have been a nice photo op for us.
Make sure to tune into our next show this Wednesday, and we are here out of the timeout. 4-on-4. Tower Hill going to work it around, all tied up at 2.
Well, Tower Hill's got an extra man now.
Oh, yep. That's
And
I know
we're
we
gonna
got a
get another
flag.
penalty, another blow to the head. It's always a dangerous play as a long pole coming over the top like that. The higher your stick goes, the more probability you have of hitting someone in the head. At any time now that you got a blow to the head, they're throwing the flag.
And you could attest to this, Nick. I'm not sure, but like you said, when you start, like you said, first game of the season, this early in the season, with all that rust on you, are you gonna see more penalties and see more plays like that because of that reason?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you're a little sloppy. Maybe you haven't got your feet under you.
And what a shot there. I hate to cut you off, but that bounce shot is good for number 22, Will Caroon, and that's his second goal of the game.
So back to what I was saying, you don't have your legs under you, maybe your footwork's not that good yet, so you're trying to compensate for doing a little extra stick work. But you know what? Props to these DMA defenders that are, really taking some chances, trying to make a check like that. That, I've been playing lacrosse my whole life. That's a hard check to land. I never threw it when I was playing because that would happen. You'd get a penalty, and then I'd get chewed out at practice.
And now to go maybe a little bit further, if you see more plays like that to keep resulting in penalties, do you maybe see the coach kind of getting involved and telling them to tone it down a bit?
You would think, but I know this from experience. As the player on the field, you're seeing something different than what the coach is seeing.
Especially this early in the season as well.
Early in the season. But you know what? It also could be a testament to the Tower Hill player. They could be hanging that stick out just a little bit, baiting that deep ball to make that check, to draw that penalty,
So now we're set back at midfield for the face-off. 3-2 lead for Tower Hill, 9:43 remaining here in the second. And again, Tower Hill looking to control it off the start, but it's going to be scooped up by DMA. Number 25, Max Ruggiero. And now they'll control. We've kind of been on the seesaw to start. A lot of stoppage here as of late in the beginning of the second quarter. And now, if the seesaw were to continue, you might see a DMA goal here. Tower Hill trying to get a stop here. Throw a wrench in those plans. Lewis will kick it back to Taub. He'll make one more pass. It's Cook on the deep shot, and another great save by Pearson goal. And he's starting off with a pretty good game here to open up the Tower Hill season.
No doubt. After I don't remember the young man's name from last year that played goaltender for them, but I know that he transferred, and he was a pretty incredible goaltender. So to step in this year, after probably not seeing a lot of time last year, having the game he's having this year already, this game.
Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill.
And he's stepping right in the first game of the season, showing off some pretty good moves and has some good saves here early in this one, as we're now 8:51 to go in the second. And now it'll be Tower Hill ball. It's Hodson carrying it into the zone. Kick it back out to Karoon. Karoon's got 2 goals already here today. And here's the man-to-man defense from DMA. Tower Hill going to work it around.
And just to note, DMA is still a man down right now.
Mm-hmm. Good point there, Nick, as Hattersley will kick it back up top. Now they're going to work it around, trying to find an angle here.
And that penalty just finished up, so they're even up now.
All even as we have a stoppage. And it's going to be a turnover.
Yep. Change of possession, offensive player in the crease.
So DMA gets it back. 3:28 minutes to play in the first half. Scooped up, and now they're going to go. And he's going to finish. He's going to take it coast to coast. Matthew Grande going to scoop it, take it all the way, and score himself for his first goal. And that gives Tower Hill a 4-2 lead, 7:53 to play in the first half.
That was our first transition goal.
Yep, we talked about it.
That came off of a really good ride by Tower Hill. They forced the deep hole to make a bad decision, got a stick on it. First time ground ball, you're off to the races.
So Tower Hill opening up their season strong. 4 goals here in this one as they lead by 2 over DMA. DMA's second game of the season. Like we talked about, coming off a loss on Tuesday to a very good Archmere team.
Watch out for Archmere. They are the real deal. They are the real deal this year.
Who's the realest deal?
Me.
Whatever team you're coaching,
all jokes aside, the lacrosse is such a wide open sport. I mean, you want to talk about some of the big teams, Cape, CR, obviously Slasianum is always in there. But you can see some of these teams like Tower Hill, DMA, Archmere, all make pretty good runs. Friends is another another school that's always been a top powerhouse lacrosse team.
And Tower Hill with the ball back in the zone again as they're going to look to extend this lead. They've got a 2-goal lead. It's Okniewski here, marking the middle, kicks it over to Karoon. Karoon's got 2, looking for 3. That ball's going to be saved. And scooped up, and a clean hit there.
Very clean hit.
And then the scoop by DMA, and now they're off to the races. So great defense there by DMA, leading to maybe something in transition as they'll pull it back.
So just a point about that check there. What didn't, looks a little brutal. What makes that a clean hit? Your hands are together. You're below the neck. You're not on his back. It was right on his chest. Clean hit there.
Now DMA looking to cut into this Tower Hill lead. They'll work it around. Lewis going to try to make a move. He's got some space. Gets into the zone right in front of the goal. Can't finish. But it'll stay with DMA. Great move in there to get inside. Couldn't get the shot to go.
That's a shot you got to finish. You got to put that stick in your left hand. You're probably going to take a hit cutting across the middle like that, but it's worth it. That's a high percentage shot.
So now DMA again, looking for something as they'll work it around. It's Cook. Going to back down the defender, looking to make a move. Draws the foul there as you saw the stick maybe get him in the head. And another penalty. This game's had penalties galore. But like you said early in the season, something to expect is now Cook looking to maybe capitalize. And he'll get it down low.
So they have to keep it in the box here, Nick. If they step out, it's the play will be blown dead and the penalty will be enforced. So right now.
And that pass unable to be handled. So it'll say out of zone like you said, Nick. So a stoppage of play for the penalty as Cook was hit in the head with the stick.
There's a 1-minute slash on that call.
Tower Hill penalty, 1 minute slashing.
So 5:20 now to go here in the second. 4-2 lead for Tower Hill at home against DMA. Thanks for joining us on 302 Sports. Nick Allison Drudy, Jason Winchell producing, and now down here for Nick Hall's debut in the booth. We finally brought the lacrosse guy down.
Let's not forget Len Evans upstairs on the camera.
Absolutely not. And Len Evans up probably with the toughest job of us all up there, dealing with the weather, working that camera. He's the best. And that's why we got him up top right now.
I know that pain all too well.
We need you down here today, that's for sure, Nick. As that ball's going to be scooped up by DMA. It's Gilbert with the extra pass and right ahead in the finish. Looking for the number. Looks like it's number 25, Max Ruggiero. And he'll finish the pass up ahead for a goal. And now this lead 4-3. DMA with a great defensive play leading to the goal there.
Yeah. Second goal that we've seen in transition. Yep. Off another good ride from this time the opposing team of DMA. Great first-time ground ball by number 8 from DMA, and that would be Joshua Gilbert.
Yeah, I was going to say, great ground ball and then a great look ahead on the pass.
Great look ahead, great heads-up play, great field vision, and it was very lucky that there was a player standing there. When you're man up, you can guard the goalie in that way, and that puts you in a great position.
And now 4-3 game, under 5 minutes to play. DMA gets it, and they're going to look to score right away. And they'll get set up here. Back in the hands of Marcus Cook. As you see, Noah Taub running back on the field for the Seahawks. Cook trying to point out some direction here. Squaring up the defender, trying to get inside. Looks for the shot, no good. Maybe a great deflection there by Pierce again in goal. As both players running for possession. DMA will control it.
So that rule changed too now, Nick. It used to be first one to the sideline or end line would get possession of the ball. Now it's closest to the ball. So you might be the first one back there, but if the other player is closer to the ball, that's where the possession's going.
It's a good thing you're talking about some new changes. Good thing we brought that up as well. Like you said, some new changes coming in this year. And thanks for pointing those out.
It helps when you got a buddy that's a referee.
And we should probably mention he's doing the game right now.
He is. Steve is doing the game right now, so shout out to Steve Tryon.
Shout out to Steve. Ukanuski couldn't handle that one, but it will stay with Tower Hill as it's reeled in by Hodson. And now he'll pass it around. So 4-3 here, Nick. As we're winding down in the first half. It's Carew now up top. One more would give him the hat trick. There's now Hodson behind the goal looking for the cutter. No one there. He'll get it back up top. Okanuski making a move to the middle. He'll try the shot, and the bounce shot is good. And that's Okanuski getting in on the scoring action for the Hillers.
And again, that was a product of a good pick by Tower Hill and a miscommunication by DMA's defense once again on the switch.
So Okanowski has his first goal of the season, and that puts Tower Hill back up by 2 goals, 5-3, 3:13 remaining now here in the first half. So both teams starting to warm up more as the game goes on, as you would expect in a debut in a game this early in the season. And we're set for another face-off. And the ball loose here.
And that was a great box out by, I believe that was Ruggiero, 25 for DMA. Really set his team up well there to come in and scoop that ground ball up. Looks like he took a little shot to the ribs there.
So now Cook will get it over to Lewis, and Lewis now over to Wyatt Martin, who also has a goal today. Now it's Cook. Cook very active in this one. You see him kind of, they're ball in his hands a lot for DMA. And now here's the run. Martin back out to Lewis, who will make one more pass now. Looks like it's Cook again. DMA being very patient here offensively. Martin makes a move, looks to shoot. Bounce shot deflected by Pierce. And Pierce with another save, though it is corralled in the back by Curlin. DMA looking to go right back to work. This shot, another deflection by Pierce, who continues to have a strong game so far in goal for the Hillers.
Oh, he's looking really good. He's making some really big saves, preserving this lead for his team. These deep holes are going to owe him a hot dog or something after this game, the way he's playing. He's bailed him out several times.
Looked like he took that one off the chest almost. Selling out there. Great game so far for him in goal. And hope I don't bring, every time I say something like that, the broadcaster jinx. DMA will probably score. And it looks like it might have been another deflection. Couldn't really tell from this angle.
Looked like it was the outside of the net.
So good defense for the Hillers here in these last couple of minutes as DMA can't find anything in that offensive zone. 1:17 now to play in the second. 5-3 lead for the Hillers, and now we have a timeout. But we'll stay right here. So, Nick, so far, 5-3 in our debut. 1:17 to play in the first half. 2 top 10 teams. Is it going kind of how you expected so far?
I mean, after looking at the couple games that they played against each other last year, and minus the goaltender that I talked about earlier that Tower Hill had, it's basically going the way I kind of thought it would. A pretty solid, almost evenly matched game. I didn't expect Tower Hill to come out as energized and as speedy as they are actually playing. I figured DMA would be the more up and up team coming off a big loss. Yeah.
So Tower Hill opening up their season here at home under the lights on a beautiful Saturday night. DMA coming into their second game of the season. Tower Hill coming in on our 302 Sports rankings at number 10. DMA at number 7, coming off that loss against Archmere. And again, thanks for all the talk on social media and all the comments. We really appreciate all that. As, like you said, we take into consideration. We talked about it on the show on Wednesday. Keep it coming. We've seen baseball, some softball. We've gotten comments all over. We'll see how heated it gets with lacrosse now as the season goes forward. You know, not a lot of critique there, so I guess we must be pretty good at our lacrosse rankings.
Well, we got the best Twitter Nick in the business.
And we got the best rankers in the business.
That too. Jason does a great job putting the schedule out, picking the games for us to do, does his research, and he makes us all look good by the work he does.
Oh, absolutely, he does. I can say a numerous amount of times he's made me look good as Marcus Cook gets into the zone for DMA. And now they'll get it back behind goal. As Tower Hill has kind of locked it, all the windows and doors here recently on this offensive possession for DMA. It's Lewis now looking for an opening. Loses the ball there. Loose ball on the ground. It's scooped up. Oh, no, it's not. Bounced straight up in the air. Still a loose ball. It winds up into the hands of Tower Hill. Looks like it's George Caroon with that scoop, and now DMA with a great defensive play to get the ball back. He quickly gets it up ahead. And now we have whistles. And a timeout DMA with 21 seconds to play. So 5-3, 21 seconds left to play in the first half here, Nick.
That was a big, smart timeout by DMA's coach there. You know, get the ball over, get your touch up, blow the play dead. You got 20 seconds to hopefully get yourself within one goal before halftime. Pretty good strategy there. I would have done that.
And they've struggled in this zone as of in the last, you would say, 4 or 5 minutes, and now just 21 seconds to make a move and try to get a goal. And Tower Hill just looking to do what they've been doing and just get one stop here and head into the locker room with a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a pretty solid off-ball zone. So what that means is that you're playing man on the ball carrier and zone on the other guys. And it doesn't seem like DMA's had an answer for it. Like I said, these long poles for Tower Hill are doing a great job arriving on hands, not making it comfortable for DMA to pass the ball, shoot the ball. They're on their hips the whole time, and they just haven't had an answer yet. We'll see if they make the adjustment at halftime or even within the 20 seconds that we have left in this half right now.
And for DMA, we saw Maya Wharton on his goal with a nice shot from deep that he slung past the goalie, and then an up-ahead goal to Ruggiero when he had a one-on-one with the goalie. So some good but some easier goals coming for DMA as they've struggled to get a quality goal here on this Tower Hill defense late in the second. We'll see if they can do it with 21 seconds now until we head into the locker room. And they'll lose it off the start now at 15 seconds. Ball in the hands of Cook. As we get to 10, he'll make a move with 10 and a whistle with 9. And it's going to be a turnover.
Yep, that'll be a moving pick on DMA.
And they quickly get it up ahead. 3 seconds on the clock. Loose ball, 2-1. And looks like we're not going to get a shot here. As that'll do it for the first half. And a very competitive and tough battle we had in that first half between two top 10 teams, Tower Hill and DMA. After the first 2 quarters here, 5-3 lead for Tower Hill in their season opener against the DMA Seahawks. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with some stats and later action after this.
Where you are in life, at every stage, we are here for you, for all of life's big moments, and everything in between. After all, that's what families are for. We promise to make a positive difference in your financial life and go beyond the norm. Be a part of the Dover Federal family.
Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
Our airmen and their families with financial tools to help provide financial stability.
I promise to make a positive difference in your financial life, from helping you to lower your payments to discovering ways to help you save for your children's future.
From the needs of college students and first-time auto buyers, I promise to identify and take ownership of your needs.
Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with a voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
And we are back here live from Tower Hill. We have some camera difficulties right now, so we are locked in on that scoreboard, so you will not miss the time or the score, but we'll get that back up on the field shortly. So, Nick, we're coming out of the half, out of the locker room. A great first half, 5-3 lead for the Hillers in their season opener against DMA. And we should expect the same here probably in the second half.
Yeah, big face-off win there by DMA. And
We've
good shot by the long pole. And a good retaining of possession there by the Seahawks.
And now DMA trying to get into that lead. Tower Hill showing off some great defense to close out that second half as DMA had the ball in the zone, just couldn't get it to go. A lot of their shots no good as that shot by Cook is deflected out of play. And now they're coming right back on the offensive end here and getting the ball and going right at the goal here to start the second half. It's Lewis now on the shot. That bounce shot no good.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
So still 5-3, 11:06 to play in the third. As DMA is going to work it around, tries the cut pass there, couldn't get that shot to go. Good look.
We got the camera back up.
And the camera is back up and working there, so we are good to go. Apologize for that. But we are all full speed ahead now for the rest of this one in our spring and lacrosse debut, live from Tower Hill. Nick Alessandrini, Nick Hall down here with me, Jason Winchell, and Leonard Evans on the camera. So, Nick, how's it been first time in the booth?
Oh, you know, nervous at first.
I don't think, I mean, if I didn't say it, as I say that, we have a goal. And DMA cutting into that deficit 5-4. And that's number 25, Max Ruggiero. And, Nick, that's his second goal of the evening. The sophomores got 2 for the Seahawks, and now they find themselves down 1.
But yeah, I didn't even see what happened on that play. I'm going to be honest about it. I looked away for 1 second, and I hear the whistles, and everything's good to go. But
life of broadcasting.
Yeah, it can be tough sometimes. But yeah, man, I mean, a little nervous at first. Like I said, don't want to mess up. But you know,
if I didn't say anything, nobody would have ever known.
Oh, you're too kind.
So
I just wish I wasn't all scratchy.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say the same thing this time of year. Both of us actually coming off of, I guess it must have been a 302 cold going around. Getting through it now as we're back at midfield for another face-off. DMA, you saw, won the last one, led to a goal. And now Tower Hill not going to let that happen again as they'll scoop up this one. And now Tower Hill looking to go on the offensive here with a 1-goal lead. Tower Hill coming into the season ranked by 302 Sports as the 10th team in the state. DMA coming into the season ranked as the number 7 team. Tower Hill. As a great pass there, unable to finish though, is number 14, Denny Grande. But a great look. It'll stay with the Hillers.
Oh, great check.
Ball up in the air. And corralled by Tower Hill. That's Hodson with the corral. He'll kick it back over to Caroon. And they'll look to get it going. Now it's Hattersley who'll kick it behind goal to Hickey. And they're going to work it around. Patel. Now back up times Okaniewski. Okaniewski on the drive, the shot, and that's saved by DMA. And now we have loose ball at midfield, scooped up by DMA, and they're going to go. Number 32, Curlin. Kicks it back to Cook. Cook makes a move inside. He'll fire the shot and gets it past the goalie for a goal. Marcus Cook, and that's going to be his second of the night.
That was a great look, all off of the Tower Hill turnover.
And that ties this game up at 5, Nick.
DMA goal, number 11.
2 quick ones by DMA right here in the first few minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can keep this momentum going for the rest of the game.
DMA coming out of the locker room with some fire. They open up with 2 goals, 2 unanswered to tie this game at 5 as we're almost 4 minutes into the third quarter here. So Coach giving them a fired speech at halftime because they're coming out hot.
Always love seeing this, the long pole taking the face off.
In the beginning of the game, you saw Tower Hill, like you mentioned, win a lot of those face-offs leading to that fast style of play they were using in the first half. And now with the way the game's been going, DMA has won some of those face-offs, and now you've seen them score 2 unanswered. As we see face-offs kind of playing a major role in this one. Tower Hill able to scoop this one up, and they'll get it ahead. Looking for Hickey, who can corral it. It'll sail out of play and head over to the Seahawks.
To piggyback off what you said there, Nick, yeah, face-offs definitely have the flow of play. You win a bunch of them, you retain possession of it, and you can play your style when you're playing with the ball the majority of the game. You don't have to try to match the other team in a certain aspect.
And DMA has controlled much of this second half, and it continues with another goal there for the Seahawks.
And that was another great goal in transition.
It looks like Max Ruggiero from where I'm sitting, but I can't really tell. But with 7:54, that gives DMA the lead.
I couldn't tell who scored that goal.
I see who it is, but I can't see his number. It's the guy over there by himself.
It's right here. It's kind of right here.
With his head down.
Number 2?
Yeah, what is that number? 7?
Not really sure there what goal or who scored that goal there down on the field. As when we're sitting in the lights and the way everything is, it's kind of dark on those blue jerseys. We apologize for that. But as soon as we get word of that, we'll let you know.
Number 2, Thomas Whitaker.
It's going to go in the scorebook as a goal for number 2, Thomas Whitaker. And that goal, Nick, is capping off a 3-0 run for the Seahawks, and now they find themselves in front 6-5.
I think that's their first lead of the game.
Yeah.
And
another face-off win as they're going to go. This shot is good as well. DMA not letting up here as they're opening up the second half, like I said earlier, on fire. And that's another goal. And this one, it might actually just be number 25, Max Ruggiero.
DMA goal.
And another goal out of transition. That's the second one of this half for them. So you can see where I was talking about when you win a face-off or you ride hard on the clearing team, you cause those turnovers, and you get that odd man rush almost. One-on-one with the goalie, that should be a sure goal every time. and that would be Ruggiero's second.
That might be the hat trick for him, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, like you said.
I meant second goal in transition. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah. Well,
I should have specified.
Second goal in transition, third goal, that gave him the hat trick.
Gives him the hattie.
And it gives DMA the lead as well, 7-5 now. You saw him take the lead on the last goal. Now they extend it to 2. And a 4-0 run to start this second half for the Seahawks. And we talked about it earlier. They coming off a tough loss to a good Archmere team on Tuesday. In that first half, they kind of looked like it took them maybe a first half to get it going after a game like that. And now they're starting to find a rhythm in the second half. Tower Hill looking to get something now going for them on offense, maybe to slow down this DMA run. And it's Caroon on the drive. He'll kick it over to Hattersley. Over to Hickey behind goal. And it finds the cutting. What a play is Denny Grande on the cut. They missed him. We saw that play earlier. This time they convert on it. Goal Hillers.
DMA's defense got caught ball watching. If you saw, you could see 6 white helmets turn to the right-hand corner of the field watching the ball. Nobody watched the cutting guy go through the crease, and he had his stick up, and that was a great pass right to his ear, and dumps it right in the net.
And that gives the brothers a goal apiece for the Hillers. Denny and Matt Grande looks like both with a goal apiece. We talked about the sibling connection. It's coming into play for the Hillers, and now they're just down by 1. They were up not too long ago. They were down 2 a minute ago, and now just down 1. That's a lot of scoring to start this second half.
A little side note here, these gentlemen standing down at the railing are all wearing Quaker lacrosse apparel. So there must be a friends matchup with one of these two teams coming up here in the near future.
13th.
Getting some scouting in as well. Now we have a flag on the field.
And that's going to be a slash on number 25 from Tower Hill, the long pole. And that looks like that was just a frustration penalty at that point. He just took a hack at one of the DMA players.
And DMA will try to keep possession going here. 6:24 to play in the third.
So if DMA keeps it in here, they have a free play as long as they don't put the ball on the turf.
And as you say that, the ball hits the turf. And that's what's known as the broadcast jinx. We've experienced many times at the free throw line this season. And here's our first lacrosse one, as Nick Hall says, as long as they don't hit the turf in there. Hits the turf. It is very real, folks. And we do apologize for it. For everyone that is tuning in, we maybe throw out a number for you. Loyola Chicago and Michigan meeting in the Final Four. Michigan leading 66-57 as they approach the 40-second mark over in that one. And now we're back underway at Tower Hill. DMA's come out very hot offensively, scoring a number of goals to open up the third quarter. They now find themselves ahead by 1, 7-6. And now looking to add on. And here's the shot by Cook. Deflected somewhere. It'll sail out of play.
And as I said earlier, Nick, that's very strange to see the long stick midfielder stay on for the offensive possession. You know, C.J. Costabile several years ago from Duke was one of the only ones that you would see do that. And it's very rare at the high school level to see it. And that just goes to show the kind of confidence and trust that coach has.
Tower Hill in transition. They're able to finish it off. That's number 23. That's Okanuski.
Said it right that time.
Okaneski. I said it wrong. Yeah, see, I said it right the whole time until I actually had to think about it. And I stopped myself. I should have just kept going. That's Jack Okanuski with the goal. That's his second of the day, or of the night, I should say. And Tower Hill able to get in transition, get out in front of that DMA defense, and put one in the net. And what do you know, Nick? We're all tied up at 7.
Just like that.
Just like that, we were all tied up at 7.
They call lacrosse the fastest game on 2 feet, Nick, and you're seeing why here. Back and forth, back and forth.
Absolutely. 5:32 to play in the third. As we've seen our fair share of penalties to start this game. Both teams kind of settling in as of late, very early in the season. And as I say that, it does look like Michigan will advance to the national championship game.
What a great run by that Loyola Chicago team. I mean, what more can you say about that? Great school, great fan base, and what a miracle run for them. So they have nothing to hang their heads about.
11 seed to reach the Final Four, very impressive. And coming up next, Nick, for I know with some local viewers, the Villanova Wildcats are in action.
And Villanova probably. Last 4 years, I would say, Nick, probably one of the best teams in the entire country, winning the national championship, and then they've been there very close the last several years also. So,
fun fact, Nick Hall, I was at the national championship game in 2016. I know I tell everyone that, but great experience. It was the best experience of my life.
Did you know Pat Garriani's won a state championship? You know, speaking about things that I hear all the time.
Nick Hall bringing the zingers on day one. As we are now back under play in the third quarter. And Nick, back to the game, 7-7. We've been on the seesaw throughout. DMA down 2 at the half. They opened up the third quarter very strong. They scored 4 unanswered goals to go up by 2. And then Tower Hill evens it right back up at 7. And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, common opponents here, Nick. This is the third time in a year that these two teams have played each other. And if you look at the rosters, most of them are, you know, both teams are pretty young teams. You know, they didn't graduate that many guys, I would say, last year. So this is about 3 times now that these kids have played each other, and they've probably been matched up on the same kids. You know, so many times playing, you learn somebody's moves, you learn what gets in their head. You know, as a defender, I used to play games with guys. We'd be standing there, and I'd take the head of my stick and I'd push their socks down. You know, I mean, little things like that. You think it's silly and you laugh about it, but it could really change some things that you do on the field.
Just because I know that it actually definitely goes on out there. And we talked earlier, the weather, great day today. Got a little bit chillier as we've gotten, you know, into the night. But if you look around now, 6:30, you were thinking, maybe not that many people might show up. 7 now, we're dead in the middle of the game, and we got a huge crowd here on set now here at Tower Hill.
Yeah,
coming out for this one.
Pretty good crowd. I mean, and it's both teams. The DMA fans travel very well. Tower Hill fans travel very well. Oh, it's their home stadium, but
no, they don't have to travel far.
No.
And they're hoping to travel home with a victory tonight, but we're all tied up at 7. Third quarter, they've been back and forth, 2 top 10 teams. Doesn't get much better than that, Nick Hall.
Not at all. Great way to spend a Saturday night.
And just waiting to get this one back underway as Tower Hill gets it up ahead. It's Hattersley. Makes the extra pass looking for Hickey. He can't handle it. And into the goal for DMA.
And here we go with this transition play. They've scored their last 3 goals off of transition, but it looks like they're going to pull the ball back to X and slow it down a little bit. For those of you that don't know, behind the net is what's called the X position. When the ball goes behind the net, you say the ball's at X.
That's great to know if you did not know that, Nick. Absolutely. Now it's Lewis on the take for the Seahawks. He'll take it back out. Now back into the hands of Marcus Cook. We've seen him today. He's got 2 goals for the Seahawks. It might even be 3 if I could just read my penmanship here.
Don't worry, my handwriting's just as bad.
All tied up at 7. Someone looking to break this tie. And now it's Ruggiero. He does have a hat trick. Back up top to Lewis now. Lewis with that shot to no avail. It will sail out of play. And now it's Cook once again. So now we just ticked to 4 minutes to play in the third. That shot is saved again by Pierce. A couple goals. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say a couple goals earlier, but we saw him lock down early and now trying to get back on track with those lockdown plays and goal. Go ahead.
Here comes another penalty. It'll be a push with possession on DMA. It'll be 25 for Girio. But the point I was going to make, though, Nick, was that was a very good cut by Taub on that last offensive possession. Nothing had really, they slowed the ball down from the top. He had a short stick, which would be a mismatch for him because of his speed, and he took it in. Not the greatest shot. Probably put it at the goalie's ankles. It probably goes in, but great save by Pierce.
Like we said, Pierce with some big shoes to fill, having a pretty good game to start off that season. As Tower Nil have it at the X.
There you go. You're learning.
And now they'll work it around. Hickey getting some movement here in the zone for the Hillers. It's Karoon. The pass over to the side. That bounce shot is good. It's slung in.
Great crossfield look.
It looks like it's going to be Hattersley on that goal, number 17 for the Hillers. Jake Hattersley, the senior, throws one into the net, and that gives the Hillers the lead back 8-7 with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
That ball should almost never get through 4 long poles like that. I mean, even if you are playing man, you need to have your stick in the passing lanes at all times. That ball should have been at least knocked down. But great look and great finish by Tower Hill.
So that gives the Hillers the lead back. They had that lead early. DMA took it away to start the second half, and the Hillers regain it here as this third quarter has been packed with scoring. And we're set for another face-off.
Here we go with our seesaw game again.
Yeah. And it'll be DMA now with control after the face-off as you see Noah Taub run back onto the field for the Seahawks. And it's Lewis makes him move, a little hesitation there to get through the defender. But he'll back it up and they'll reset up top. It's Cook. He's kind of been the guy with the ball in his hands for the Seahawks. He'll make a move, get in the middle, and the shot is good. As I say it, there it is. Marcus Cook with a goal. And as you said, Nick, the seesaw took us just 30 seconds, and we're back tied at 8.
And that was a great cut. One move and go. Just put it in your left hand. And he bounced that right between Pierce's legs. That's the hard. They say that's the hardest shot for a goalie to stop is that bounce shot, because once it skips off the turf, you don't know where it's going. It can go between your legs, go left, go right. That's a very hard shot to stop for a goaltender.
And Pierce with some great saves so far in this one. I'm unable to stop that one from Cook, who for now at least has a hat trick, maybe has 4. When we know, we'll let you know. But he's been on fire for the Seahawks, and that ties the game back up. 8-8, 2:31 to play in the third quarter. I believe it was a 5-3 lead at the break.
How did he get out of there? He had 3 Tower Hill defenders on his back.
And now it's Curlin for the Seahawks. Carries it inside. He'll get it back up top now. And in the first half, Tower Hill kind of controlled most of the possessions. We saw that until the end of the second quarter where DMA kind of had it in their zone, and now it's been a lot of DMA offense as of late.
Looks like another player walked through the crease there.
And there's the jinx again. Tower Hill with possession.
So just for our viewers that maybe don't know, defensive players in their own zone can go through the crease. The offensive players cannot. Offensive player goes through the crease, change of possession.
And now it's Hickey. Looking for Hattersley. Can't find him, and now it's Karoon picking up the ball. Going to lower his shoulder into the defender. The spin move, loses the ball in the process. And it'll be recovered by the Seahawks. And now a loose ball Wisniewski trying to pick it up.
Remember, they only have 30 seconds to get it touched up here.
And a deep pass attempt here. As he was looking for his teammate, looks like it was Ruggiero. He couldn't hang on. But now it's Cook. And now Cook going to take his time. Now here he goes, going to make his move. And he'll kick it back out. And as we approach the 30-second mark here in the third quarter, and as I say that, we got a goal Seahawks.
DMA goal number 1.
And that's number 1, Gavin Lewis, getting that one to go for DMA. And that gives the lead back to the Seahawks 9-8 as we are approaching the end of the third quarter, about 30 seconds to go.
And that was a rough little series for them. Had some trouble clearing the ball. I thought maybe they were going to get a failure to advance there, but I guess the clock didn't run off as fast as I thought it was. But great for them, to contain their composure and work the ball around, get a good look, and finish it off with a good goal.
And the lead back for DMA, 9-8. Back and forth we go here. In a great matchup. Couldn't have asked for a better one in our spring and lacrosse debut here on 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Nick Hall, Jason Winchell, Leonard Evans. And Pops is behind us too, helping us out here, picking out goals, telling us goal scorers, because we need that help out here. But he's leaving me hanging mid-game. There we go.
The man's focused, Nick.
And I respect that. 5 seconds to play in the third. And that looks like it'll do it for the third quarter. And after 3, a very strong period overall, but DMA coming out hot out of the locker room. They lead by 1, 9-8, as we head into the fourth.
What an incredible third quarter that was. The first half started off pretty slow, like we talked about, working some rust off. But, man, did that scoring ever open up in the third quarter.
Very fast-paced game there. We saw some transition goals. Both teams scoring a number of goals. Like you said, just getting more used to playing. Things that had been a year since they played their last game. DMA on Tuesday. But both teams looking pretty strong so far in the second half. Now 1 quarter now to play, and 1 goal separates these 2 top 10 teams. And we'll be right back.
Hooters, have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
And we are back here live from Tower Hill. Nick Alessandrini, Nick Hall, Jason Winchell, Leonard Evans for 302 Sports, and our spring broadcast debut as well as our lacrosse broadcast debut for the 2018 season. And a great game to kick off our season as we have Tower Hill and DMA meeting up here at Tower Hill. 2 top 10 teams going at it here, and just 1 goal separates them as we are set to start the fourth quarter, a 9-8 game led by DMA.
Yeah, been a good game so far. Looking forward to this last quarter. If it's anything like the third one that we just watched, we're in for a photo finish, I think, here, Nick.
And could be. And photo finish, great term, as we had some great derbies going around the country as well today. Florida Derby, great horse racing. And now some time for some great lacrosse as we are underway for the fourth quarter. Live from Tower Hill, and a back-and-forth game, Nick called 9-8 as we speak right now in favor of DMA, and they're looking to add on to it as soon as the fourth quarter starts.
Yeah, very reminiscent of the playoff game. Back and forth, we all know, like we talked about earlier, it was a one-goal game at the end there. Great seesaw matchup. This is the kind of lacrosse that's really fun to play for both teams. It's fun for all of us to watch.
That shot off target for the Seahawks looks like Gavin Lewis. And DMA trying to rebound after that loss on Tuesday to Archmere, 15-5, a tough one to begin their season, but like we talked about, a very tough team to open up your season against in Archmere. And now looking to rebound here on Saturday. And they're up by 1, 9-8. Tower Hill looking to tie this one up. It's Karoon. He'll make a move inside. He'll toss it over.
Great save. Great rebound.
And a great save there.
See, now that's where a seasoned player would just
So now it's Marcus Cook for the Seahawks. He's weaving his way past defenders.
Tightrope in that sideline.
Gets into the zone. And he's taking some shots, and it looks like we'll have a flag down.
He's going to step out.
So now Cook will loft it over to Curlin. Makes a move inside, shot no good. And now a stoppage of play as we saw the flag come out.
That'll be a slash to the head on number 25. That's his second similar penalty of the night. Almost, again, a frustration penalty. Getting run through isn't always the easiest thing to swallow. So take a hack. Fortunately, you hit him in the head, but just got to keep battling.
10 minutes to play, 9-8 lead for Delaware Military Academy, as they now have it in the offense. Ibzone looking to make a play and extend this lead. I believe DMA's largest lead of this game so far was 2 goals earlier in the third quarter when they came out and scored 4 unanswered to take a 2-goal lead to kick off the second half. Tower Hill would answer. DMA would score a few more times themselves, and here we are, 9-8 with 10 minutes to play. Trying to get the ball in the middle there, as now it's loose on the ground, and now some whistles.
And that's going to be a loose ball push on Tower Hill. The ball's going to stay here with DMA.
So, Nick, in terms of clock in the game of lacrosse right now, I mean, it's only a one goal game right now, but when does coming into play, when you're just going to work it around that zone and maybe make Tower Hill take a chance at making a play on defense instead of just working that ball around and being that patient?
You want to maintain your patience throughout the game, and it looks like we're actually going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here on DMA. I didn't see the motion for how long that penalty was for, but
me either.
I would assume that it's
DMA, unsportsmanlike conduct.
probably about a minute, I would assume. But in terms of clock management, though, Nick, right now with 9:25 left on the clock,
you're plenty of time in the fourth.
You're playing your game plan still. There's no reason to change over what you're doing, especially in a seesaw game. We're at a one-goal game right now. Normally, and every coach is different in every sport, but if I'm on the sideline, I wouldn't start playing conservatively until I felt it was attainable to do so. For some guys that might be 3 minutes, 4 minutes, what have you. But right now, DMA is sitting pretty with 9 minutes left. So I would say stick to your game plan and keep playing at the pace you are.
And now Karoon with the pass over the top. They'll get the ball back. So 8:57 to play in the fourth quarter. DMA still a 1-goal lead. As they're looking to tie it up. It's been
at the outside of the net.
Outside of the net, we saw the fans.
DMA's even up now.
That one in. And now it's DMA on the break in transition. It's Lewis. He's going to go. He's got the defender beat, and now he carries it into the offensive zone. And he finds a cutting player there. It looks like it was Ruggiero. He'll bring it back out, makes the extra pass, and it's slung in. Great ball movement there, and then a great finish.
And that was a great finish by, it looks like Ruggiero again with his 4th goal. But great patience there. I want to say that was Taub that caught that cut through and took it to X. Unfortunately, that was a good look. It was a little too late. Great cut. Had it been sooner, he probably can score that goal. But very smart play him to take it around the cage and dump it off to Ruggiero, who was sitting there wide open. And what a great shot. And he changed levels. So he went from high to low and lifted the ball right past Pierce's ear.
And there's some of that transition game we talked about as well, as DMA was able to get out and run in there as Gavin Lewis carried into the offensive zone. And that's where it all started, and they're able to cap it off with a goal. So a 10-8 lead for DMA, 8-12 remaining in this one. So now the Hillers down 2 goals here at home in their season debut. As this is a long shot, it's heaved deep. And it'll be intercepted there by DMA. And now again, DMA on the run as it's carried into the zone. And now they'll kick it back out and be patient as we kick down to 7:40, and they have a 2-goal lead. And now here's Gavin Lewis. He started that break last time. Again, makes a move. That shot off target.
That was deflected off of number 11 there. He ate that one off of a kneecap, and I know that feeling all too well. That is not a good feeling.
And here's Cook. He's had a great game for the Seahawks so far. Him and Ruggiero. As that ball inside, and what a shot there.
I think he was in the crease.
We're waving the goal off.
Yep.
He was in the crease there.
In the crease, no goal. So a big break there for the Hillers. And now they'll take control down 2.
What a great trail check that was.
And now it's DMA again with the possession. Great passing from the Seahawks. The shot is up and deflected out, and now a flag up in the air.
I didn't really see what that penalty might have been.
Yeah.
But it came from this side of the field where the ball was not.
Yeah, true. And stoppage of play here with 6:43 to play with this flag out.
/ 1 minute.
Tower Hill penalty, 1 minute, slashing.
So slashing on number 19, Philip Nickel, with 6:43 to play in the 4th. DMA still holding a 2-goal lead as Cook lets this one go. And it'll sail out of play. And now it'll be the Hillers with control here. And it'll be brought out by Pierce, the goalie, bringing it out here. And he'll get it up ahead to Okoniski. Almost run into his own man, makes the move. Trying to get the sideline, he does. And he's just going to keep going. The ball, though, coming out there on the check, and now it's on the ground.
So there we go. That was a failure to advance. Just because you're in the alley doesn't mean that you touch the ball up, like we talked about prior to the game. So you got to be aware of where you're at on the field as a player. You just cost your team a possession right there.
And in crunch time, too, now, 4th quarter, under 6 minutes to play. Tower Hill still down 2. As they get the ball there, and now it's kicked up ahead, and now it's going to be the Hillers in transition here, Nick. As he's looking to make a move. The spin move inside, gets it, the ball slips out in the air.
And that was a great last-second check.
But it'll still be in control by the Hillers. And they'll kick it back up top to Karoon. He's got 2 goals, I believe, both of which were in the first half.
I think his brother has one also. I could be mistaken, though.
So here he is. He'll get it over. Back to him. Now see if Karoon can make something happen. He'll try to get inside. Good defense there from DMA. As he has nowhere to go. And now we have a whistle.
It's going to be a loose ball push on DMA. It's staying white with Tower Hill. You know, we talked about clock management earlier, Nick. This is right where Tower Hill would want to be at this point. Down 2 goals, 4:40 left on the clock, and this has been a long possession for them.
And DMA, though, playing some stout defense here on this possession. Tower Hill can't get a shot off here. This shot now, again, no good. And the frustration starting to show on the Tower Hill. As now we tick to 4:20 to play.
And
still the 2-goal lead.
And this is a big clear for DMA right here. You know, after that whole series that we just witnessed, I mean, that's big for them. Now they are set up to, which could be the go-ahead goal here, to maybe seal this lead up.
Loose ball scooped up by the Hillers.
And that was.
And then now a flag on that play.
That'll be a push with possession from the back. That's not actually what well, they'll probably call it a push with possession. But that was a bad penalty for DMA to take right there, because now you're setting Tower Hill up with probably what's going to be a free clear and an extra man opportunity.
So big play coming up for the Hillers as Addix was checked around midfield drawing the flag. And now they'll have a man up advantage as they find themselves down 2 with 4 minutes to play.
So they'll be down 30 seconds with that push with
Tower
possession.
Hill, we'll see if the Hillers can get one to go here with the advantage. And it's Karoon. They'll try to work it around. Having some trouble controlling the ball here. Get it into the X. Now they're going to work it back up top. The pass to the middle is unable to be reeled in by T.O. Stone. But if he had reeled that in, Nick, might have been in good position for a good shot.
Correct. And that was a big break for DMA, but then they just give the ball right back.
So the advantage about over for for Tower Hill. So they still find themselves down to 10-8 lead for the Seahawks. 3:28 to play as we're coming into what is the real crunch time here, Nick, in our lacrosse debut.
And man, what a great game we've seen tonight. You know, you couldn't ask for anything better than our debut broadcast of a lacrosse game.
Absolutely. Now it's Hickey behind the net, makes a move inside. He tries with a shot, and he gets it to go. Great shot there. That's number 5, Brendan Hickey.
Tower Hill goal number 5, Brendan Hickey.
And Nick, Brendan Hickey with the goal there. Let me remind you, he is just an 8th grader.
Oh, wow. That's big for him up here playing with the big boys in high school.
And not to mention a goal there coming in a very critical spot to cut this lead to 1, 10-9 now with 3 minutes to play in their Tower Hill season opener here at home. It's a big stage for the 8th grader.
Big stage for the 8th grader.
So now it's the face-off, 3 minutes to play. Tower Hill has cut that lead to 1, and DMA going to win the face-off, though.
And
we're going to have a timeout.
Great timeout to take right there. I don't mean to talk over you. I'm sorry.
No, keep it up.
DMA.
So we're going to stay here. 10-9 game, 3 minutes to play in this one. Tower Hill kind of gaining some momentum with that last goal now to cut it to 1. What are you kind of expecting to see with such short time and such a close game?
Short time, as far as Tower Hill goes, they're gonna start getting aggressive here. they're playing a little mixture of defenses, a little zone, a little man, a little off-ball zone. But I would expect to see them go to a very aggressive man-style defense, trying to take the ball away from DMA. On the DMA side, you're going to see them maybe try to not back off a bit, but they're going to take their time on a possession. And when it gets down to it, you'll see the officials probably put a stall warning on DMA, which means they can't pull it out of the box and they have to attack the crease. So it's going to be it's always tough because you're condensed in the box, but I would say that they're going to look for their perfect shots, try to pump a couple more in, and obviously Tower Hill's going to try to answer if they can.
And we are coming down to the wire. Live on 302 Sports from Tower Hill. Nick Alessandrini, Nick Hall, Jason Winchell, Leonard Evans in the booth for the first game of the spring season for 302 Sports. Thanks for joining us. DMA and Tower Hill, two top 10 ranked lacrosse teams battling it out here on Saturday night. And we just have a one-goal game, 10-9 lead for DMA as they control the ball. Tower Hill looking to tie it up. And like you said, Nick, they're going to be extra patient here on offense. Time is in their favor. The spin move inside, the shot no good.
And that was the kind of shot that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be big on these next couple possessions to have a man at X to make sure you retain possession off of a shot.
And they do on that one. As we wind down to 2:19 to play, 10-9 game live from Tower Hill. A goal here would be pretty huge for the Seahawks. And a stop almost equally as huge for the Hillers.
I would expect to see a stall warning put on here. Right up there it is right there.
And there it is. Good call, Nick Hall. As now we're also starting to see the Hillers get aggressive. And Cook just kind of carrying the ball around, and he splits the defenders there, makes the pass to the middle, and the shot is off target. Great move by Marcus Cook.
You know, you're gonna see Tower Hill probably start to double the ball now. Again, being aggressive, trying to take the ball away, and somebody's going to be open. So if you can get your hands free to make a good pass, there's going to be someone open for a shot if you're DMA.
1 minute and 30 seconds to play. A one-goal game here from Tower Hill. As Marcus Cook controls it for the Seahawks, they are up by a goal.
Just to be noted right now, the stall warning is off.
And it looks like we'll have a timeout Seahawks. So DMA taking a timeout, up by a goal with 1:17 to play. And like you said, Nick, DMA's being patient on offense. Now you're seeing Tower Hill start to get more aggressive on defense. And now with 1:17, they're going to have to really get it going if they want to try to get the ball away from DMA.
Oh, yeah. And it's actually very creative how some of the things that you can do at this point in time. We had a play when I was playing where we would pull the goalie out of the crease to actually cover the open guy while we doubled the ball. It's a little bit of, like
a risk,
Russian roulette almost.
Yeah.
But you're already down a goal. Mm-hmm. It's like pulling a goalie in hockey almost. Yeah. What do you got to lose?
Exactly.
And it could pay off big dividends if it happens. So curious to see how Tower Hill's gonna respond to this. Like I said, you'll probably see him double the ball and be aggressive, and DMA's just got to find a way to hang on to pull this one out.
So the teams will meet with their coaches for what might be the last time for this game, and then they'll head back out on the field for the final 1:17 of play. DMA 10, Tower Hill 9. In what is the Tower Hill lacrosse season opener and the second game of the season for the DMA Seahawks. And I've said it a bunch of times, and I'll say it again. Both of these teams ranked in the 302 Sports top 10.
10 and 7, I believe,
yep.
Correct?
Yep. So here we go, 1:15. DMA in control, up by a goal. And now we have a flag. That's going to be a big penalty on the Hillers. And that shot is slung out of play.
It looks like it's going to be another slash. 1 minute slash on number 20 from Tower Hill.
Tower Hill penalty, 1 minute slashing.
So, Nick, exactly 1 minute to play. Tower Hill with the penalty, but they also are down 1 goal. Now, if you're Tower Hill, you're a man down. What are you looking to do now?
Survive the storm, weather the storm. That's all you can do at this point.
And right a pass over top there. Gavin Lewis couldn't corral it, but it'll be picked up by DMA.
And they got Ruggiero right where they need him, and there's going to be another penalty on Tower Hill.
And not what you want to see if you're a Hiller fan there. Another penalty on Tower Hill, and going to make it tougher here to tie this game up with 43 seconds to go now.
Looks like he's waving the flag off.
Oh.
And he's giving possession to Tower Hill.
Wow, so a big change of events there, huh, Nick?
Yeah. Originally it looked like it was going to be a push with possession, but I guess after further talking to the officials, Ruggiero did not, or I'm sorry, excuse me, that was not Ruggiero. That was Christopher Gray, did not have possession of the ball.
So now it's Tower Hill with a chance to tie this game late in the fourth quarter. And that's going to be re-corralled by DMA. 26 seconds to play. And a goal lead.
Stall warning's back on, but with 17 seconds left.
It's going to make it tough. And they're going to throw it away now. 5 seconds to play. And DMA went down early in this one. Came out of the locker room hot. Started off the third quarter on fire. They carry that momentum all the way throughout. And they hold on to a 10-9 lead here over Tower Hill at Tower Hill.
What a game. What a game to start the season off.
Absolutely. Great game. Number 10 versus number 7. Number 7 gets the best of number 10 as DMA takes down Tower Hill 10-9. And that's going to do it for us here live from Tower Hill for 302 Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Nick Hall, Jason Winchell, Leonard Evans. Thanks for tuning in. Go catch some Villanova basketball. We'll see you this week. Catch up on the show on Wednesday and some other events coming up this week and some more spring events. That'll do it for us. Have a good one.